first one. Frank Shamrock, 1996 King of Pancrase in Japan. He trained Maurice Smith, among others, and from the Lion's Den in Northern California. You see the beginning of the entrance of Frank Shamrock and his credentials. 5'10", 191, 25 years old. The game face of Frank Shamrock on his way into competition. Let's take a closer look at Frank.
Submission people trying to put them under. But I definitely want to be a positive role model. I want kids to see what I do as something that maybe they want to do, or something that will make them proud, make them more confident. I have an 8-year-old son from a previous marriage. I have a girlfriend right now, and I don't give them much time, unfortunately, because all I do is train, all I do is fight. It's a game to me. Just a really hard game. You play by the rules of the game. If you're not going to play by the rules, then don't play. Ken got me started, Ken trained me, and then when I got to a point where I could take care of myself and I could take care of my training, he pretty much let me go out on my own and discover how it was. I walk my dogs, I lift rocks, climb trees, train. I don't do anything besides fighting.
Frank Shamrock driving into your screen. Quite a look at him. And he'll go up against Dan Henderson, 1996 Olympian, 1992 Olympian, second in the 1996 World Cup. Let's take a closer look at this exciting wrestler, Dan Henderson.
I've been wrestling since I was 5 years old. Just grew up wrestling and doing all sorts of sports, and I was really good at wrestling, so I just stuck with it and just ended up making a couple Olympic teams because of it. Got real involved in my own wrestling, so I wasn't able to coach for the last 2 or 3 years. But I really enjoy it. It's good to work with kids. And
are your students excited to have someone who's gone to the Olympics?
Yeah, I would think so. You know, a direction for them to set a goal in, you know, maybe something that I've done. So if I was them, I would be kind of excited. I get to see a lot of the world, but a lot of times on some of our trips, I don't see anything but the inside of our hotel room and the gyms. I can't stand that phony wrestling. You know, it just, I don't know, it's kind of degrading for me to see that, you know, just the fake wrestling, and they're actually getting paid a lot more than we're getting paid, and we're doing the real thing and not really getting too much recognition for it. They do what they do. They're in the entertainment business. You know, I think they should call it something different, you know, entertainment wrestling or fake wrestling or something. You know, but a lot of people always come up to me and, you know, ask ask me if I know Hulk Hogan or some other professional wrestlers, and I just kind of laugh.
Do you know who you're fighting?
Yeah, Frank Shamrock. I've heard, some pretty good things about him, and hopefully, it'll at least be a good show, a good fight.
Dan Henderson looks for some recognition tonight. He's 5'10", 187, 27 years old. Frank Shamrock, 5'10", 191, and 25 years old.
He is the 1996 King of Pancrase, representing the Lions Den Academy in Northern California, Frank Shamrock. In the blue corner, weighing in tonight at 199 pounds, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, from Huntington Beach, California. He was a member of the 1992 and 1996 Olympic teams and is the 1997 U.S. National Champion. Representing the Raw team, Dan Henderson.
Dan Henderson and Frank Shamrock up and ready to go. Remember, 5 3-minute rounds. Shamrock talked about the submission angle, and Henderson considered an explosive, relentless wrestler. Wow, Dan is strong.
Henderson's real powerful, but Shamrock doesn't look like a little kid out there, and he's definitely going to use some of those tactics we're not used to. The legs coming in first. He tried that right away.
He's a leg-locking fool.
Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be hard to stay out 15 minutes. Good thing there's them breaks.
And he's going for one right now, and that's a knee lock. Dan's doing a good job.
I don't know about that.
Quick try by Shamrock.
That is a bad
here.
position. That is a bad position for
Shamrock
wrestlers.
goes for it right away.
Knee lock, right to a knee lock.
I'll tell you what, we're not, the wrestler is not staying in good position.
Heel hook. He switched to 3 different things already. Here's a heel hook right here.
Shamrock trying to apply the pressure.
Yeah, if he gets out of this, he better.
It's hard.
That's it. He will not get out.
It's over.
Submission, the name of the game. Well, we've already seen 2 different type of matches here. One that went all the way, and it was a decision in which ankle locks were attempted at the end of the bout and were not successful. And here you see the explosive power of the jiu-jitsu, the leg locks, the ankle locks. You see Maurice Smith over there with Frank Shamrock. They've trained together, and quite a look, the opposites so far in these 2 matches.
Yeah, I tell you, I told you cannot get your legs caught up in there. And, he definitely, he got right into that rolling around situation. So, from a wrestler's point of view.
Frank Shamrock said the rules favor the wrestlers. You have to get them to submit.
See, he goes under. Now he's working on a knee right in there. As he turns around, he changes it. You'll see he changes it as he pushes the leg away. Look, sorry.
And just that quickly, Frank Shamrock able to beat Dan Henderson. And you can do all the training, but the technique and the lock is everything. And so this time it goes to the martial artist. Frank Shamrock is standing by now with Jim Shear.
Frank, congratulations on a very impressive win. You told me yesterday this is your game. It appears you were right.
Yeah, submission wrestling is definitely a game, especially the Lions Den. It's our mainstay. It's what we do. I love wrestling, but it ain't enough. Just ain't enough. Henderson was an awesome competitor. I could feel his power. He's a strong wrestler. My hat goes off to him.
Yeah, your tactics, were definitely very, very superior in this format. Was it similar to what you had expected going in?
Yeah, it was. I felt his wrestling balance. I knew he was Greco. I knew I could probably get an opening for his legs. I was just hoping to go for it. I'd like to thank a few people for getting me here. One is my brother Ken, and my father, and my girlfriend, and Mo, and the boys at the Lions Den. They all trained me hard for this, and I hope I can return the favor.
Congratulations. It was a great win for the Lions Den.
Thanks.
Very, very impressive.
Thank you.
So that's Frank Shamrock's view of his 56-second triumph over Dan Henderson. We heard from him tremendous effort from Frank Shamrock. Able to get the lock up, and Shannon Williams is standing by now with Dan Henderson.
Dan Henderson, you're a tremendous wrestler. USA has been watching you for several years now, competing on the Olympic scene. What happened out there tonight?
Well, I just got caught in the ankle lock. I've been working on staying out of those, but that was my Achilles tendon. That ankle too. The other one was fine. I messed my ankle up about a month ago.
And how did you mess that ankle up a month ago? Were you training for this event when you heard it?
No, I was training for the World Championships for wrestling. 1 week before the Worlds, I screwed it up real bad.
Any plans for the future? Future training plans?
No, just keep doing what I'm doing.
Working on some more submission holds? You fought a tremendous fighter out there.
Yeah, he's tough. He had a nice ankle lock, and you know, that's the only thing I was worried about. You know, a month ago when I heard it, I was already supposed to be in this, and that's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
Maybe not being able to do it, but you know, that's no excuse. I got caught in the ankle bar.
Yeah.
So.
Tough luck. Well, better luck to you. Hope to see you soon.
Thanks.